Have you ever wondered what a perfect world would even look like? A world specifically designed for enlightenment? Well, today we're going to dive into a really fascinating ancient text, the Karnapunarika Sutra, to explore one of the most incredible visions in all of Buddhist literature, the Lotus World. So, picture this. Our story kicks off at a place called Vulture Peak, and the scene is just immense. We're talking about tens of thousands of arhats. These are beings who've already reached a state of perfection, and they're joined by millions of bodhisattvas who are on the path to becoming Buddhas. Add to that countless celestial beings all gathered just to hear the Buddha teach. The sheer scale is just mind-boggling. And then, right in the middle of this teaching, something really strange happens. A group of the most advanced bodhisattvas, including Maitreya, who's set to be the next Buddha, they all suddenly stand up. They turn to the southeast, bow down, and start praising a Buddha that nobody else there has ever even heard of, the Lotus-honored one. You can just imagine the confusion, right? What is going on? Yeah, this unexpected move sends this ripple of confusion through the entire crowd, and it sets the stage for pretty grand mystery. Thankfully, one bodhisattva is brave enough to voice what everyone's thinking. His name is Baori Guangmeng, which means Treasure Sun Radiance. He steps right up and asks the Buddha to please explain what's happening. And his questions are exactly what we want to know. Who is this Lotus-honored one? Where in the universe is this world? What is it like? And maybe most importantly, why can these high-level bodhisattvas see something that he and everyone else can't? These questions really drive the rest of our story. And so the Buddha begins to answer. He takes the whole assembly, and us along with them, on a journey to a reality that's just beyond our normal perception, the Lotus World. Now, before we go there, it helps to understand what this place is. The Lotus World is a pure land. In Buddhism, this isn't heaven. Think of it more like a specially created realm, a perfect training ground, born from a Buddha's incredible compassion and good deeds, designed to be the ideal place to practice without all the usual distractions. So what is this place actually like? Well, the Buddha starts with a detail that just stops you in your tracks. The Lotus World has no sun and no moon. There's no day or night as we know it. So how does anyone see? The entire world is lit up by a gentle, constant glow that comes directly from the Buddhas and bodhisattvas themselves. I mean, just imagine a world lit not by a star, but by the light of pure consciousness. And the description gets even more sensory. The ground isn't hard, like rock or soil. It's described as being as soft as celestial silk. So when you walk, your foot just sinks in a little bit, super comfortably. And here's maybe the most beautiful detail of all. With every single step a person takes, a perfect, brilliant lotus flower just blooms right there in their footprint. The whole world is like a living garden that responds to you. But as amazing as all that sounds, the Lotus World isn't just about the scenery. Its true power, its core, is its spiritual foundation, a profound teaching that the sutra calls the secret of the Buddhas. The Buddha reveals that the essence of this world, the very reason Maitreya paid homage, is a specific teaching. He calls it the Dharani Gate for understanding everything, and he explains that it contains the entire Dharma, all of the Buddhist teachings, packed within it. So what in the world is a Dharani? You can think of it like a spiritual code, or maybe a key. It's a short series of sounds or phrases that isn't just a summary. It's believed to actually contain the essence and the power of a vast teaching, unlocking this profound level of understanding. And the power of this Dharani is just immense. The Buddha says that just by hearing it, or practicing it, or even just writing it down, a person can purify their heaviest, most negative karma. It grants incredible wisdom, leads directly toward enlightenment, and it ensures that once you're on the path, you never fall back. But a perfect world and a teaching this powerful don't just appear out of thin air. No, they're the result of a timeless vow, something that was cultivated over countless eons. The Buddha then explains the whole backstory. Ages and ages ago, this world was called Sandalwood, and the Buddha teaching there was Sun Moon Honored One. Before he passed, he made a prophecy that a bodhisattva named Seal of the Void would be the next Buddha. And then, literally the night before our story, that ancient prophecy came true. Seal of the Void achieved perfect enlightenment and became the Lotus-honored one.
And to really underline how ancient and powerful this teaching is, Maitreya himself speaks up. He says he first heard this exact Dharani an unimaginable amount of time ago, over 10 Ganges sands of kalpas. A kalpa is a cosmic age, so that's a lot of time. He says it's because of this very vow that he stayed in the world, waiting for the right moment to become a Buddha himself. That's how significant this is.
Now, the story isn't just an abstract description. The sutra brings it all home by showing the very real, tangible effect of this teaching. It's an absolutely overwhelming demonstration of the power of compassion. So after explaining all of this, Shakyamuni Buddha doesn't just talk about compassion, he shows them. He goes into a deep meditation and extends his own light and compassion out into all the realms of existence. And the effects are immediate. Beings who are suffering in the fiery hells suddenly feel a cool relief. Those trapped as hungry ghosts are freed from their endless hunger. And in that one moment of relief, they all see a vision of the Buddha and take refuge in him. This one act of kindness completely changes their destiny, making sure their next rebirth will be in a much, much better place. And the impact of simply hearing this teaching, it's staggering. The text says that after this explanation, 72 trillion beings were set firmly on the path to enlightenment, never to turn back again. It's a number that's meant to convey this just incomprehensible wave of spiritual progress. And that's where our journey ends. We started with a mystery at Vulture Peak, and we traveled to a world made of light and lotuses, a reality built not on rock and soil, but on the foundation of an all-powerful, compassionate teaching. It leaves us with a pretty deep question to think about. What can this ancient vision of a world perfected by compassion inspire in our own lives, right here and right now?